ATA Security, the market leaders in security systems, intruder, fire alarms, closed-circuit television for the home and business.
Ireland, my Ireland, oh, I'm coming home. Though I roam, sure my heart never left her. Oh, the dark rolling sea, she is calling to me. Oh, I'm coming back home to Ireland.
Céad míle fáilte, 100,000 welcomes to Irish Paint Magic. This is the 4th series of Irish Paint Magic, and I want to sincerely thank each and every one of you for inviting me back onto your screens. Today is a special day. We're doing an outdoor programme today, and we're here in Drogheda, County Louth. With me I have in my company Michael Ryan, CEO of Art in Action. So Michael, maybe you can enlighten me in what this is all about here, Art in Action here in Drogheda.
Very good. Well, Art in Action is a special event which is run once a year, and it's special because it celebrates the role of the artist in society. The unique quality of it is that all the artists who are here by invitation, and all of them have to be full-time working artists, and all of them have to be working at the actual event. So as you move around the event, what you see are the best artists and craftsmen that we can find demonstrating their skills. The event celebrates the useful role of the artist in providing beauty and talent and skill in our society, which is often becoming more coarse. Yes. So this is to celebrate the other movement of the artist of refining everything that they touch. They're seeking to make it beautiful.
Yes, and Michael, it can also give these artists, which is, when we talk about artists, it's not just about painting, it's pottery, it's all types of we'd say poetry, yes, and all that type of thing. It's not just painting.
Oh, not at all. They're the performing arts and the liberal arts. For example, at this event every year you have a series of lectures which are chosen to reflect the same, this theme of the artist, and also then you have the performing arts, which is dance, drama, storytelling, and of course recitals, all the whole spectrum of musical recitals, from brass bands to string quartets.
Yeah, that's excellent, and not only that, but these people get the opportunity to put themselves in front of the people and show their skills. We're also in a very historical area here, aren't we? And Newgrange is not that very far from here, is it?
It's not that far from here, indeed. I'm not sure Art in Action will last as long as Newgrange, but we should mention also, for those who are interested in it, that to add on to the actual artists providing their skills, there are practical classes, which means that if people seeing the artist are inspired in any way, they can take up a pen or a brush or some clay and try themselves and try their hand at it. So it's introducing art in right from the very youngest age, from 3 years of age in the children's classes, and then from the adults can do that as well.
Well, we've come a long way from the Battle of the Boyne here, and now it's the Battle of the Arts. So Michael, I want to sincerely thank you and all your people for inviting us here onto the show.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Today we have a 24 by 18 canvas. It's a double prime canvas, and here I've got black gesso and left it dry. It will dry in a couple of minutes, and in this weather especially, it is a beautiful day here today, and we have a live audience here sitting just on my right hand side, and it's an absolutely beautiful day. So that's too dry, so what I've got to do is make the system wet and slip. So I'm going to get a 2-inch brush, and with liquid clear, and don't be afraid to scrub it into the canvas. You'll do no harm to the canvas. So I cover all the white area with liquid white. And it doesn't matter if you go down over the black a little bit, that doesn't matter. And again, down here, liquid white all over the white area. And again, put it on sparingly. Now we're up and ready to paint, and I've got here a palette of no more than 10 colours at any given time. That will make your life very easy. So straight away I'm going to go up here onto the sky area. I don't like our skies to be too blue, so I'm just after putting a little bit of black into that blue to tone it down. I want to tone it down. We don't want to go to Florida only on holidays. We're here in Ireland, in Drogheda, and I want to tone that sky down. Now I'm going to come with crisscross strokes down the canvas and lighten up on the stroke. Lighten up as you come down. And that's fine. And down the bottom of the canvas here, I'm going to darken the corners right across the bottom. Darken the corners. And again, I don't want it too blue. And remember that water takes its own level. And when you're painting still water especially, the sky actually and the water reflects down onto the water, the sky. So down here, where up here, I gave it more or less the letter X stroke. Down here, water takes its own level. So I'm going to pull out the paint and lift off the brush as I'm coming out. Lift off the brush off the canvas as I'm coming out. And you'll see, if you do that, you'll see a sheen starting to come up onto the canvas, onto the water. Without any trouble whatsoever, you'll already see a sheen coming up onto the water there. And then I'll leave it at that. If I was to try to do this later, it would give me a lot of trouble, a lot of trouble. Now, with the 1-inch brush, I'm going to go in here to titanium white, and I'm going to tap into that titanium white. I'd play the light against the dark by just tapping. Just tap in as though you're playing the bodhrán. Tap in, but don't go back up to the top of the canvas. Just tap and bring the colors in, but be careful that the dark and the light, but make sure there's a shadow right under the cloud, because the sun will come in from the right hand side here of this canvas here and throw a shadow there. Now wipe your brush when you come off every time, otherwise you'll bring paint back on, dirty paint up. I'll go in here and tap again right over. This painting today is of a very famous bridge in Killarney called BRICKEEN Bridge. Very, very popular and well known to tourists and everybody in the Killarney area. So straight away, right down, and here, right down. Now, with a clean 2-inch brush, I need to get that sky to sit down, so I'm going to go very, very softly over the whole sky and ask it to sit down. Sit down there, Mr. Cloud. Sit down. And there, it all sits down. And if you talk nicely to the canvas, there's no problem. I'm going to get the filbert brush this time, and with some Van Dyke Brown, with the filbert brush, and maybe a little bit of crimson just to warm it up, I'm going to go right up here to the outline of the mountains here. Zoom. And talk to the mountains. Zoom. Like that. Way down. There's a lot of mountains here in Killarney. It's a fantastic place. Don't go to any great detail because they're a long way off. I'm going to pick up a little bit of maybe sap green because there's growth in here as well. Bit of sap green where the growth would start to work its way up the mountain. And I'm also going to tap now this to give the illusion that there's trees, and there's thousands upon thousands of trees in Killarney National Park. So more, just tap into it. It's a long way off. Don't go to any great detail because it's too far off. A lot of trees there. And I can highlight some of those trees just slightly with a bit of cad yellow, maybe a bit of yellow ochre. And leave it go at that. Maybe the sun might just catch the top corner of that, so I just put a little bit of highlight there Not a whole lot, just a little bit, where the sun would catch the outside of the that side of the mountain, but not a whole lot. Don't go to any great detail. Now I'm going to make up some dark color. I'm going to get sap green, some black, and mix them together. A real dark color I want. Bit of Van Dyke brown. Throw everything in by the kitchen sink. And that's fine. Just a dark green color. Now I'm going to go into this with I'm going to wash the old brush here. I need to wash the brush. Shake it. Now I'm going into a very dark green. Going to cover all this with the dark green. It's a browny green color. Dense wood. There's a lot of dense woodland here. And don't be afraid to use big brushes. It will make your life easy. Now I'm going to tap the brush to create the illusion that there's trees hanging out as they grow out for the light. And this side, they'll reflect down there. So tell it to come on down. Come on down here. Thank you. Come on. All these trees, when I talk to them with a Cork accent, they really work very well. At this side, tap in, and again, let those trees go out for the light, and again, at this side, pull right down. Thank you very much. Come on down. And thank you. Now I'm going to make up a little bit of white, sienna, some sienna, a little bit of white spirit, not much, just to thin that out slightly. And I'm also going to put a bit of yellow ochre into that, a little bit of yellow ochre, just to warm it up, to give it a flavor. This is like ice cream. There's a lot of children watching this program. Would you like a bit of my ice cream? No. Now I want to create the illusion here of stems and put them in at random. Don't be putting them in because they'll be covered up again. A lot of them will be. And then other ones won't be, and to save us the bother of trying to put them in later. Now I'm going to wash this brush. And these audience are behaving very well today.
My Ireland, oh, I'm coming home.
ATA Security, the market leaders in security systems, intruder, fire alarms, closed circuit television for the home and business.
ATA Security.
I have with me here today Sean O'Dwyer, and Sean thinks the same as I do about the world of art. It is my philosophy and my belief that art is for everybody, and anybody can paint. It's only if you use the certain mediums and certain tools, it's for everybody. Sean, would you find that out yourself, that it's for everybody?
I agree with you entirely. I mean, it's very important to make it very accessible for everybody to see and to show them how to paint in a way that they feel they can do. Yes. So to make it simple and not to make it elitist.
Now, would you agree with me, it's unfair for some people to say that you have to be born with the gift, that you have to be a born gifted to be an artist? That is not fair, is it?
Not entirely, because it makes you feel that, you know, only the special guy in the class who was the teacher's pet was brilliant at the drawing. And that's not the case. I mean, it's like riding a bicycle. It's difficult at first, but anybody can learn to do it. And actually, a long time ago, in the 18th century, everybody had the attitude that even every gentleman should be able to draw and paint, those that could benefit from education. So if you get the right education, anybody can draw and paint.
Yeah, but that's what we both believe. And we have here Brenda. How are you, Brenda?
I'm great, Dave.
That's
How
good.
are you?
And I see you're mad active here with your class today. And
they're brilliant.
there's lots of people here painting this new system of wet and wet painting, which is going down very, very well all over Ireland now. And it's just making your life easy as regards painting. There's no need for you to be going to college forevermore. This way will get you off the ground, and please God, with a little bit of practice, you'll be able to paint some nice paintings that you'll be proud to hang up on the wall. So Brenda, what can you tell me about this new system you're painting and the classes you're giving as a CRI and all the other CRIs around?
Yes, exactly.
You know? Yeah.
It's been very, very successful. A lot of people watching the programme.
Yes.
I think most people who have tried it can't believe that they're able to do it.
Yes.
With relative ease. Little bit of practice and they're away.
Yeah.
One of the CRIs here came last year. Anne Matthews came last year to here and went on to train then.
Very good indeed.
Yeah?
Yeah, very good. But I mean, if you learn to use the mediums, the liquid white and the liquid clear and the gesso, it certainly will make your life easy, because the principle of oil painting is that you bring your colours from dark to light, put on your gesso, put on the liquid clear and bring it up to light. And we've just completed one over now in 25 minutes, so that'll tell you, if I can do it in 25 minutes, you'll do a good painting in a day. So, Brenda, thank you very much for your time.
David.
And I want to sincerely thank all the class. So thank you very much indeed.
Thanks, David.
Now, I'm going to pull right into the cad yellow, a little bit of yellow ochre, sap green, and I'm going to push into that. Push into it. Get that ridge of paint, that ridge. Just push in. Going to get a little bit of white spirit maybe to thin that out a little bit. And at this side, where the sun would hit parts of the branches, and I'm going to get it right down and down and down, and I'm stopping. Again, here, and down, and then again, I'm stopping. Down here, just change the flavor slightly. Let it run right down, but down here it's quite thin, so don't put a whole lot of detail there. Not a whole lot. Over this side. Talk to the canvas until it works quite well for you. Come on. Ask the paint to come off the brush. And again, down here. And again now I'm going to tell myself to ease up a little bit. Now, what's up there is down here. So the reflections come right down into the water. There. So this side, pull right down and leave it sit on top of what's there. There's a bank all along here, I'm just putting Van Dyke Brown on its own. Van Dyke Brown. And here, Van Dyke Brown, all on its own. Now I'm going to get a little bit of white. That's sienna. So I have all that not very well mixed now, it's marbled, and I cut across that with the knife. I can pull it. And let it sit down there to hold the old water in. Let it sit down. Talk nicely to it. Just going to catch that now and pull it right down. Pull the bank down right into the canvas. Come on down. Pull the old bank down. Right down. And then go very gently across it. And ask it all to go down into a nice reflection right down into the water. Here, again, right down, very deep water. I do a lot of fishing down here in Killarney. I was down there last Wednesday, and if I was to go out there, 'tis in here I get the big trout. So, you know me by now. I have contact paper in here of BRICKEEN bridge, and I'm just about to remove it. So if the cameras could home in on it, I'd appreciate it. So I'm going in here and pull that off, and you'll have BRICKEEN bridge. It's a very, very well-known bridge in Killarney. So I'm back now to, I'm now back to the filbert brush, and I'm going to catch this, put it down. That one. Just under where that bridge would reflect down on there. Right down, pull it down, and maybe a few little highlights on that in parts. So I'm going to pull all this down very gently, whisper to it, come on down, and go right across it, right across it. Sit down there now, sit down, right into the water. And you'll get lovely reflections coming right down. Now I've got to get those reflections to sit down, and I'm going to go right in here under that and create a water line. Create a water line and push the reflections in under the water, in under the water. Right down and over here. The people in Killarney, this is in the middle lake there, and they come down from the upper lake and with tourists, and they call shooting the rapids. They come right out through this bridge and on down to Lochleen in the bottom. It's the bottom lake. And right down to there. Now I've got to get my fan brush, maybe a little bit of cad yellow, a little bit of green, and I want to bring that foliage down a little bit down there to make all that sit down. All that growth that would come along there. This side. Right down into the canvas, and here again, that would all sit down. I've got a few friendly flies landing on my painting now. I noticed they're not cock flies. So just put a few little buds in over BRICKEEN bridge. So, until we meet again, Garamila Mahagod Shlan Lat, and God bless you all, my friends.
As a boy, sure my age, it was 20, when my head...
ATA Security, the market leaders in security systems, intruder, fire alarms, closed-circuit television for the home and business.